Hello everybody and welcome into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We are here tonight to cover some collegiate Rocket League. Boise State is trying to earn their first CRL appearance since 2017. They'll have to stand atop a 64-team division to accomplish that. My name is Brenner Bear Ladd and I'm here to joined by Colby D'Angelo Alloway to call all of the action. So, going into CRL, something we haven't done since 2017, what kind of pressure are you expecting these players to be under tonight?
More pressure than they would normally be on because we haven't been there in so long, and so the pressure just kind of increases with every year that you're unable to do that, the pressure to do that. So I expect these players to, as all esports players, they all have their different ways of coping with stress, so I expect them to be able to deal with that and kind of overcome.
Yeah, and this is, as I mentioned, something we haven't done since 2017, and so they're going up against a 64-team division, so we're expecting some very tough competition. So in this first appearance, do you expect them to have a very strong showing out the gate and show their entire hand, or keep something secret and play a bit more reserved?
You need to have a strong showing right as your first couple of matches. You need to do your absolute best. Sometimes there are some cheeky strategies that you can try to hold on to, but in general, you want to play your best and you want to come out as hot and as hard as you absolutely can.
Well, since we haven't been in this league for a while, let's go ahead and take a look at the event card for tonight. Hey, or just guess we're just going straight into Doc's keys here for some Rocket League, where you want to create some mistakes for the enemy team. You want to punish the DBL commit. Don't overstay your welcome. Know when to come back and be defensive, and as well bump opponents to disrupt, which is a huge key thing here. And of course, Doc's keys of the game are brought to us by Drop In Gaming. Drop In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play through your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. And to begin your competitive gaming journey, make sure to sign up at dropingaming.com. Well, we are getting ready to jump into the winners finals between Boise State taking on Nebraska Lincoln. Seems that we just kicked things off with the first 10 seconds passing.
Looks like Agro's kind of waiting for their opportunity on the wall there to take control of the ball and send it off to the enemy side there. They will be unable to do that. Sarge is going to try to do the same thing, but then they're going to take it away from them, just kind of waiting on the wings for somebody to make a mistake.
Yeah, and we can see there's already been one shot as well as one save on the board between Agro and Instinct, as seems Boise State's trying to get on the aggressive with Danger, but Gil is there to set him back up and go for another goal shot. So eyes are on Sarge, but instead Agro comes from off the wall for the save. So now Danger's trying to keep the ball on their side of the court, but this is the thing we talked about in Doc's keys. You don't want to overstay your welcome, especially now that Nebraska's Lincoln is getting on the aggressive.
And you definitely don't want to you want to punish the double commits, and sometimes that will give you an opportunity to do things. As we go up on the wall here, the ball is going to kind of go, trying to send it in the blue side of the court. That will be denied and is firmly over in the orange side of the court here as both teams kind of face off, do a little bit of dribbling, see what they can do to get it in the goal. They will be unable to do so, kind of setting up for that perfect shot. And sometimes you just have to take the shots that you have if you want to make it exactly like that.
Yeah, Instinct already having those 3 shots on gold accolades, whereas on the side of Nebraska Lincoln, they have every player has those saves. Make that another one for Chan. So Boise State being very aggressive, trying to get this goal with already a minute being passed, soon to be 2.
And the first goal is going to go into the orange goal there. So on the side of Boise State, which is a great side as Danger faces off to try to get this first play.
Yeah, it seems it will just barely go in the favor of Boise State for a second, but Sarge is there to get it over to the Boise State side. Goes for the shot on goal, is unable to make it, so Agro getting that first shot on goal is good for them, and will be able to edge it in with Gil. So now it is a 2-0 lead within the first 2 minutes of this best of 5.
First goal comes with much less time than the second goal. Hopefully Boise State can keep kind of just rolling this out there because we need a strong showing as we set up on the wall here, keeping things firmly on the orange side of the court. Things are going to go over to the blue side for a little bit. It's going to be immediately turned away. Boise State needs to guard their goal here. As 2 goals up, they're still feeling some pressure.
Yeah, we got 2:45 on the board. This is plenty of time to score those 2 goals as a demo comes out on the sidelines. Did not get the accolade for it, but we saw the explosion happen. So Boise State making sure the ball stays on the side of Nebraska Lincoln and not having to go on the defensive, because clearly Boise State is the better at the aggression, as we can already tell by the 2-0 lead. But now passing the 2:30 mark, Nebraska Lincoln's going to have to start getting a little bit more aggressive so they can clear the ball and get on the aggress.
Aggression is very important in Rocket League. As we set up here, things are going over to the blue side of the court. The save will be unable to be had, and so they go up their first point. Boise State is going to give up the goal there as we set up for the 50-50 here in the middle.
Yeah, and we'll go over to the side of Sarge, but Instinct do his best to try to cut that off, but Chan was able to speed right past him, but it seems Nebraska Lincoln, finally not having to play as defensively as before, is able to take charge of the ball. We'll finally be able to clear it back over to the Boise State side as well, after Boise State starting to get a good dribble going with that ball, but clears it back over to the Nebraska Lincoln side.
These teams appear to be very evenly matched, at least right now, even as things are over on the orange side of the court. Boise State is looking to keep it there, looking for that perfect shot. It's going to get turned away, bumped, kind of disrupted over there, but still keep it on the orange side of the court. Things haven't moved over to the other side, and look at, just as I say that, they're heading right on over there. Boise State's going to be able to protect their goal for now, as Nebraska Lincoln is trying to set up a shot, and things go back into the blue.
Yeah, Boise State having to play defensively now with all 3 members of Nebraska Lincoln trying to close the gap here, but finally Sarge, Agro, and Chan are all right by the goal post trying to deny this goal that would secure the Boise State lead right now, because we're only a goal difference here. Boise's only in the lead by the 1, and with only a minute on the board, pressure's on for Nebraska Lincoln.
Things are heading over on the orange side of the court, which is exactly where Boise State wants them. Things are kind of just volleyballing in the middle of there. Almost a goal there, just a little bit to the left. Things head on over to the blue side of the court, and Boise State is going to go ahead and attempt to turn them away. They are unable to form the goal, and as a result, Boise State gets a goal of their own, punishing the overcommit by Nebraska Lincoln.
Yeah, Instinct had the great air dribble going there, and Sarge just stuck on the ground, was not able to jump up in time to deny it. So that led to the goal, securing that 2-goal lead right now. And 30 seconds on the board is where Nebraska Lincoln needs to go all out if they want to try to maintain a presence. But with Boise State getting their 4th goal, it seems that they will secure this first game with a 4-1.
Boise State is putting Nebraska Lincoln in a really, really uncomfortable spot. Things go over to the blue briefly before careening off into the orange side as Agro's trying to defend their goal, but Boise State is able to set up the shot, and it just not is going to be able to finally get that next goal there as we set up at the 50-50 here. Yep. Things going almost neither side, barely into the orange.
Yeah, another demo coming out for the side of Boise State, I believe, but 10 seconds on the board. At this point, they just want to make sure it doesn't go in theirs, as we saw, I believe that was Danger getting demoed, so he is already back, but with no boost on the side of Nebraska Lincoln, this should be the game 1 in Boise State's favor as the ball touches the ground. So first game in this best of 5 is going to be 5-1.
Boise State came out and did exactly what they needed to do. They had the 5-1 victory. They gave up a single goal, but ultimately that was all they gave up, because most of that game was played in orange with Nebraska Lincoln trying to defend their goal from Boise State's aggressive pushing.
Yeah, so with this being best of 5, we're going to jump right into game number 2 with the 50-50 going to the side of Nebraska Lincoln, with the ball being on Boise State's side. Tried to clear, but Sarge is there with the deny, so Instinct from the goal will instead have to go for it. Danger trying to get the pass into the goal, will not be able to make it with the defense on par from Nebraska Lincoln right now, but a great pass shot will just go barely too high, hit the crossbar, not go in. So now Nebraska Lincoln has a pretty open shot on goal, but instead Danger is there with the intercept.
And that intercept was huge, but things are going to go back over to the blue side of the court anyway, right back over to the orange. Things are just kind of bopping around as both teams try to get their aggressive push. Boise State currently setting up. They're going to get denied that setup, and the attempt is made on their own goal, is thwarted, and things are back in the orange pretty safely for Boise State right now.
Yeah, they didn't have the boost to maintain that aggression, so they did have to end up start playing more defensively, which allowed the ball to return to their side. But now, once they got the boost advantage, they're just going to go right into the aggression, and CR even wins that 50-50 in the air, no less. But it seems Sarge is just going to go for the play, but Instinct is there with the counter as well. So far, only 3 shots on goal from the side of Boise State. Now on the defense, so expect to see more accolades heading over to the side of Nebraska Lincoln. However, the demo is going to come out, so they will take that advantage.
Things are looking a little bit sketchy over here as we go into the orange side. Very few shots have been made on the goal, but this next one's going to go in, and the first goal goes over to Boise State. Seems like that first goal is always the hardest to get there.
Yeah, so finally broke the ice with 3:30 on the board. It only took them 1:30 to get that first goal, trying to make it a second one very quickly, but the ball is just sadly too high up in the air and will be denied and cleared, this time by Agro for the second time. But a great shot on goals. Instinct's barely able to make it there in time. So now they're going to have to try to clear the ball from their side. Sadly, it's just too far off to the left for Boise State. It's unable to make it as another demo comes out here for the side of Nebraska Lincoln, taking down a member of Boise State. But since they did that, Gill was already back in spawn. That 2-second respawn timer able to clear the ball, trying to get it back to the goal in time. They do have the boost advantage. Agro not having any at all. Could be a setup play, but Chan is there with the deny.
Things are firmly over onto the orange side of the court here as we kind of head around, making sure that there's somebody at least back there rotating for Boise State, just in case the ball goes like that and goes over into blue territory, but is immediately repressed and pushed back into orange. So Boise State can attempt to set up a shot on the goal here. They miss it by just a little bit. Things go back over to blue, as usually failed goals do, and Boise State is taking it back into the orange, trying to take it. Things are going back and forth here, and that's a pretty open shot that is quickly denied. That was almost stressful for the side of Boise State there, as things still sit in the blue here.
Yeah, it's still only 1-0, and with 2 minutes remaining, Nebraska Lincoln can easily bring this back right now, as this is a best of 5. Boise State only up the 1 so far, so this could be a tie game in an instant. Now with 2 minutes passing by, Boise State's trying to keep the ball at least on the orange side as much as they can. A great shot coming out here, but Instinct is there with the deny at least. So trying to keep his team in the live. Gills is there to recover the ball as well. Sarge trying to keep the aggression up with the help of Chan and Agro, but now they're going to have to go full defense as Instinct clears the ball.
Things are back over onto the orange side. Things are looking less stressful for Boise State, but we still need to get at least 1 goal to feel even remotely comfortable in this matchup right now. And they're right, ask and you shall receive there, the opposite of the caster's curse. Boise State is going to go ahead and get another goal there, and things are looking a little bit more safe as time slowly dwindles down. Yeah,
they got that breathing room, but getting demoed out is not what you want to see if you're on the side of Boise State. Definitely a lot of demos coming out here, but without the accolades, can never see who's killing who, sadly. So now with Boise State keeping the ball on the blue side for right now, and Chan going for too high of a right to the shot, going off the crossbar, keeping that ball just barely too high, even goes for the intercept on that pass. So now Chan will just have to clear it, but gives it right to Gill. Will just sadly bump it up too high. Tries to go for the pass play with danger, but off the left bar on top of the defender. Nebraska Lincoln playing the defense of their lives right now. The ball is just sitting in front of the goal. Instinct went for it, but went flying past it.
That was a miss there, as things are still on the orange side of the court, heading over to blue. Now Boise State must defend their goal, their 2-0 lead. Things are transitioning over into the orange side as Boise State passes it back and forth, trying to get close to that goal. They will be turned away this first push, but it looks like they're just setting up for a better one, as that phenomenal pass is made, but the shot is just barely going to go off, and that's what I call teamwork right there.
Yeah, when it's stagnant in front of the goal like that, just bouncing up and down. We saw Instinct go for it the first time, barely missing it, gets it the second time. So now Boise State very comfortable leading with only 15 seconds remaining on the board. Nebraska Lincoln seems like they might be giving up game 2, leading us to a match point of game 3 in this best of 5. There's 5 seconds remaining on the board. Nebraska needs to make something happen and then win both 50-50s right off the bat. Trying to get at least 1 final goal. Now they just have to keep the ball off the ground, and that's going to be the end of it for game number 2 of this best of 5 matchup. Boise State playing very aggressively, making sure to keep the ball on the orange side, doing very well.
Boise State takes a couple of minutes to get that first goal, but then once they do, things are pretty comfortable. There was a little bit of a lull between the first and second goals, but once that second goal was made, Nebraska Lincoln's fate was kind of sealed because the next couple of goals came immediately after that.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to jump into Game 3, which could possibly be match point if Boise State is able to take away with a win here. Kicking off right as the 5 minutes pass at the 4:50. And already within the 5 seconds, Boise State's already on the orange side, getting as aggressive as they can, already with a shot on goal from Gill.
I think the biggest thing that Boise State needs to do right now is keep it in the orange. You don't want to allow them to apply pressure onto you like they are right now, taking it to the blue side. You want to get it there. You want to get it out of there as fast as you possibly can and go back to applying pressure onto them.
Again, Boise State's definitely enjoying applying the pressure, but it seems Nebraska Lincoln's trying to do this bit of their own. Finally, Boise State's able to clear, but Agro is there with the deny, making sure the ball goes high of the goal. Another great shot, but it's going to bounce off the left bar of the goal. Now Boise State's going to have to go clear the ball one last time, but Chance trying to get a shot on goal will go far right of it. So now Sarge could have had the attempt. Instead will get demoed by Gill, who had the boost advantage. Perks of being on the aggressive is you have map control. You can get all the boost pads you need, whereas the defenders are left with what scraps you leave behind.
And things are back over into the blue side of the court. Boise State trying to quickly rectify that, which they do, looking for a setup on the goal here. Possession's going to go over to Nebraska Lincoln very, very briefly, and things are going to head back over into the blue side of the court. And this looks to be anybody's match right now, as neither team has scored, but about a minute and 30 seconds has passed.
Yeah, as you mentioned, minute 30 seconds, we're at the 3:30 mark here. And you can just look at the boost difference and the shot difference, where how aggressive Boise State is now with the 4th shot on goal. They're constantly getting saved from across the board team members on Nebraska Lincoln. So now we'll have to wait and see how they're going to try to answer this, because no goal has been scored yet. This is the same issue we had in Game 2, where, as you mentioned, the game takes a while to get warmed up, but Boise State usually scores the first goal, so we'll see if Caster's Curse comes in here, as Gill gets a pretty nice shot, but Sarge is there with the defense.
Very nice shot from about half the court. Things are still on the orange side, ball belonging to Boise State. Just as I say that, they take it over, and things are in the middle ground, bouncing back and forth between the two, as Gill is going to try to take a shot onto the bar, but it is guarded, so he'll have to do something tricky to try to get it past these defenders. He is unable to do so, and things go back into the blue side of the court.
Yeah, Sarge making sure to disrupt any passing that Boise State might do, and a great destruction coming in there, or it could lead to a goal since only 2 members remaining. Instincts there, though, thankfully, on the back wall, make sure to dive across and deny it. Now trying to get a little bit aggressive, but sadly Instinct was unable to stop himself in mid-air and denies Gill the shot. So now Boise State having to play a little bit more defensive. Danger tried to just roll it right in with that dribble, unable to make it. So now Gill's on the defense against Agro and Chan, but the mid-air 50-50 goes in the favor of Instinct. So now, just barely canceling it out against the top bar. So now, Boise State playing a little bit more defensively, as Sarge is trying to clear the ball away so his teammates can go for the nice open shot, but instead Danger is there with the defense.
That was almost dangerous, you might even say, as Danger is going to go ahead and get that. Hopefully Boise State can transition things from the blue to the orange side of the court, which they do. They're going to miss that shot on the goal, quickly trying to set up for another one, but it doesn't go their way, and now Boise State is back on the defense as this ball just continues to bounce back and forth. Neither team really being able to get any clean shots on the goal right now.
That dangerous punt made you way too happy, and it worries me. But another great destruction coming out here as these players are trying to just get a simple advantage, but that 2-second respawn timer is simply not enough to make those great plays that they need. So now another shot coming out for Nebraska Lincoln will be saved, though, however, by Danger. And now Gill's trying to clear the ball back down the center, is going to have to go through 2 defenders. Sarge is there to deny as the ball was just barely too high above Gill. So now Agro once again trying to clear the ball over. The 50-50 does go in the favor of Nebraska Lincoln, but Danger is there ready and waiting. Tries to go for the shot onto the goal, setting up for his teammate. Gill is there, and that's the pass play you want to see.
And that's what Boise State has been doing really, really well. Better than Nebraska Lincoln in this matchup is the pass play. It's not the individual play, it's the pass play.
Yeah, perks of being in a 3v3 situation, utilizing the teammates, especially if you can get a demo. But Boise State making sure to maintain this lead, score a 1, make that 2 with only 36 seconds remaining on the board. They're really waiting to the last minute to just say, hey, we're going to win this now, getting 2 goals back to back.
Boise State, it seems like the first and second goals typically come in quick succession right after the other. The first one is the hardest to make as things head over into the blue side of the court here. That's almost an open net, but Boise State is able to defend, and things head back over into the orange to a completely undefended net, and that's the 3rd goal within the past 20 seconds after almost 5 minutes of not scoring any.
Yeah, so now with 15 left on the board, this seems like it might be a Boise State game against Nebraska Lincoln unless they could magically score 4 goals in the next 10 seconds. Trying to get as many shots on goal as they can, but Boise State is all there on the defense because that's simply all they need to do is play defensively and they will win it. Now the ball just simply can't touch the ground or else the match will be over. So, Danger makes sure to secure that, and Boise State will take it. A very solid victory for them there. So now we will have to wait and see how their match 2 will end up going. So we throw it over to our Drop In Gaming, where you can scroll pro advice at Drop In Gaming. You can do a ton of tournaments for free and paid entry matches, where they're the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play through your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches, tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. And to begin your competitive gaming journey, make sure to sign up at dropingaming.com. So Boise State winning their first game in the CRL after taking 5 years off since 2017. So a very strong start like you wanted to see. So what are you hoping for game 2?
I'm hoping with the same strong start, except maybe we can start scoring goals a little bit early. All the first goals came after the first minute 30. That last one taking almost 4 minutes before the first goal was scored, and then the second and third immediately after that. So hopefully Boise State can score sooner and more, and that almost comes to fruition there.
Yeah, Boise State now in the orange, going up against Colorado University. With a lot of these players trying to get aggressive, and already there's exactly what you wanted. Within the first 30 seconds of the game, they scored their first goal.
I'm happy. That's what we're looking for. There was a little bit of a scare there as things were turned away from the Boise State side, but Boise State ends up with the first goal, and things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, so now we have to wait and see how this will continue to play out as Colorado's trying to get a little bit more aggressive here. But with Boise State's aggression, they're going to be playing defensive. We saw a great goal attempt there, but barely missing the ball and just goes flying into the goal themselves. Got to remember, you want to hit the ball into the goal, not your own car.
It would be much easier if you could just drive your car in and score the goal there, as both teams are kind of going over there. Boise State getting the second goal into Colorado in quick succession immediately after that. If this game continues going like that, this might be a pretty high-scoring game for the side of Boise State.
Yeah, we're just now passing the minute marker of how long this game's been going, and just what you wanted. 2 goals have been scored in the first minute, so now we'll have to see if Colorado can answer this aggression coming out from Boise State. As the demo will come out for the Colorado actually taking out a member of Boise State, but they were not able to clear the ball in time. So once again, they're playing the defensive as Gill make sure to keep the ball on their side. Instinct is denying that aggro push, keeping the ball on the side of Colorado.
And things head over briefly into the Boise State side of things. We'll see if Boise State's able to turn them away. It looks like they are, as Colorado's trying to set up for the goal here. They're unable to find it so far. Their attempts to shoot have been turned away by Boise State as we head pretty firmly over into the blue territory. And now Boise State gets a shot at Colorado's goal.
Yeah, you can see from the accolades just between the two teams, the ball's just simply going to bounce in, and you can see it was glowing orange because Boise State was the last one to hit, so nobody on the side of Colorado could even get to it in time. But Gill with all the shots on goal, even making 2 of them with Instinct, making 1 himself. Another demo coming out here. This player's getting very aggressive, and now passing the 2-minute marker, Colorado's going to need to start making some plays.
Colorado's biggest problem right now is they're not having somebody rotate back to defend, but that ends up working in their favor as they get their first goal of the night onto Boise State.
Yeah, it just required the first 2 minutes of a buffer to learn Boise State, and now they're able to execute on their plan and get their first goal. So now Boise State's
almost a second.
Yeah, very close to it, just bouncing off the top. Danger doing their best they can to get that in there, but Flowers making sure that they are not able to. Going for a great push, is not able to get it off the backboard, sadly. So now Danger is there to clear it.
Just a little too bouncy there on that goal. That's not what Boise State was looking for. Hopefully we can avoid doing that again. Colorado keeps leaving their goal wide open, and it's been working to Boise State's favor so far as just that happens again.
Yeah, Gill with another shot, making sure Boise State maintains this 3-goal lead right now, bringing us to a 1-4 situation and closing in on the 2-minute marker remaining in this matchup. Colorado's going to have to start making a lot more plays, working as Flower actually went for a pretty good shot. Will end up getting denied though, but his teammate Yokes goes for another one, will get denied again. So Boise State going to have to play very aggressive, but Danger needs that boost. Will finally pick it up as another demo comes in from Danger, no less, as Instinct tries to get a good pass on the ball, barely missing out, going over his head. So now this is a shot for Danger, but with 2 defenders there, he is not able to take it.
And that's to be expected when you have 2 people standing between you and the goal. You're not going to get it. Boise State's going to go ahead and turn that goal away with just 1 person, and things head over into the blue side of the court as Boise State is going to attempt to make their own goal, setting up, passing through, kind of getting the defenders a little bit uncomfortable. They are unable to score the goal, and things head back over onto Boise State's side, which is not what we were looking for.
Yeah, finally we're seeing Colorado get a little bit more aggressive as the ball's over on the blue side once again, and Boise State gets another goal, securing their lead with a minute 15 remaining on the counter here. You can just look on the side of accolades where Flower is doing their best to carry their team right now, and the side of Boise State is pretty equal accolades across the board.
Boise State is definitely came at this more aggressively than Colorado in the past. Colorado's really going to have to pull it out if they want even to score a single point.
Yeah, no hat trick out here either for these players, but the demo's coming out in stride. Another great shot and goal will just be barely too high, trying to pressure it in, but barely able to edge it out, and the demo even coming out onto Flower from Danger. Will be able to take that down, but seems that Colorado's trying to stay on the aggression. A great air shot coming in, but Gill is there.
Things head on over to the blue side of the court. We'll see if Boise State can make a goal within these last 30 seconds here as we set up, kind of pass things around, feel things out. It looks like Boise State has been unable to make one so far as possession heads on over to the blue side here, trying to turn it onto the orange side of the court. They're going to be unable to do that the first time as Boise State is going to try to set up to score on their own.
Yeah, Boise State wants to make sure that they just have a dominating first game against Colorado, because you have to remember this is best of 5, so 5 seconds remaining on this first game. Colorado hopefully learned a lot as the ball is maintained in the air. Danger trying to even get one final shot, but Instinct will make sure to just end it there. So Boise State having a very dominating first game against Colorado.
That's exactly what we were looking for. I asked for earlier goals, immediately received that. The goal was scored within the first minute, and that was fantastic for the side of Boise State. And then they didn't let up from there, only giving up a single goal because no one was able to pull back in time. However, I will say Colorado has definitely made Boise State a little bit uncomfortable several times. So I would say if they can increase their accuracy with shooting just slightly, they can make this game much more even.
Yeah, Boise State even going for the goal right off the 50-50 with Gill is not able to make it, as Colorado's practically having to live on the defense right now. But now finally trying to get the boost advantage. Boise State goes for another one, even though they're on their own side, trying to clear the ball to the mid, but you know Flower is ready and waiting for exactly that. The air shot will come in from Instinct, just goes too high. Instead, Gill's there with a possible pass, but now Star is going to take it. Gill is there with the clear, but no teammate is there to take the pass, so you know they're getting aggressive as Gill even gets the demo onto Yokes.
And this shot is likely not going to go in as all 3 members are over there on the blue side to be able to defend, and we send things over towards the orange side of the court, but things come firmly back into the blue as Boise State is trying to pass things around, look for mistakes, and try to get a clean shot on the goal here.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more constant demos, but still only 1 shot and goal and 1 save in this second game, so not as aggressive as the first game, not as much as you would like, but Boise State, after passing a whole 2 minutes here, or soon to be, with a minute 15 passing the board, 3:45 left. It's going to seem Colorado's playing very defensively, and seems it won't be enough. They even had a member in goal, but I assume he did not have enough boost to fly up and block it out, so Boise State's aggression pays off, and this time it only took them a minute 15 to get that first goal.
And there's a little bit of tricky passing involved on the side of Boise State, which we mentioned last game that they're just doing incredibly well as things head over to the orange side of the cart here, and Gill is going to try to get things back into the blue, but will be unable to do so. And Boise State is going to go ahead and get scored on not 10 seconds after they got their first. This is looking to be a much more even game than before.
Yeah, Colorado must have learned a lot in that first game and says, all right, now we know how to refrag against these guys. They won the 50-50 and got it right off the bat. So now, getting very aggressive, Boise State, making sure to just resecure a lead of some sort. Normally they have at least a 2-goal lead, so now they're just trying to get a lead. So right now we are even as we are passing the 2-minute marker with 3 minutes remaining in this match.
Things are looking a little stressful for Boise State there, but they're just going to go ahead and send it all the way over into the orange territory, which pulls them away from their goal, which is exactly what we're looking for. Danger's trying to set up for the pass to the rest of his teammates. Flower's going to go ahead and disrupt that, not allow anything to happen, and try to take things over into the blue side of the court so that maybe Colorado can get another goal exactly like that. And Boise State is now the one behind.
Yep, Boise taking the lead there, as we did swap colors, so it's just a little confusing. I know I have the same issue, but we are game 2 right now, with Boise State being the goal lead, 30 seconds just now passing, so they got 2:30 left on the board to try to tie this up. Colorado definitely has a chance at doing this, but with how aggressive they're playing, it might be happening sooner rather than later. Flower goes for an attempted shot, but Star is going to have to end up defending against the Boise State aggression, trying to go for that side pass for Instinct, will get denied. Yokes taking down Danger in the air, so Gill will end up having to just clear it in the air. Instinct tried to go for a shot there, will be denied by Star once again. Star's just being the goalie for Colorado on top of the 1 goal he's got.
And Boise State is going to take things over right into the blue side of the court, look for another goal, but 2 of the 3 members are in the goal right now, so it's unlikely that they will be able to get that as Boise State is turned away, trying to do some tricky passing stuff, create mistakes on the side of Colorado to get that next goal. And now Boise State is looking much more comfortable, especially with just a minute 34 remaining and a lead of 2.
Yeah, this is what we know that they prefer, is having that 2-0 lead, so in case Colorado does get a goal, they can still win the game outright. With a minute 30 remaining, Colorado does not have a ton of time to do it, because you have to remember Boise State took almost 2 minutes to score their first goal, and then Colorado was immediately afterwards, so you have to think that it takes them about 2 minutes to score a goal at all, and Boise State tried to get another one, but it's just going to barely hit the top crossbar.
And that's not what Boise State was looking for. We're looking for slightly more accuracy than that, as we're in the position to defend our own goal and get scored on with a nice, somewhat disorienting score animation there. And we'll see which way this 50-50 goes, but Boise State is still comfortably winning with only about a minute remaining. This is a little bit more stressful than Boise State would like here.
Yeah, Colorado can easily even things out, so Boise State makes sure to score a goal immediately. Secured their lead not even 10 seconds after the previous goal from Colorado. So now Boise State, look at the sides of the accolades with Gill just amassing all of them. So many shots on goal, makes 3 of them, and even has a save on his side. Sadly, we do not get to see all of the demos that have happened, but we know this game has been very bloody, with these teammates constantly trying to take one down so they can have the advantage in the 2v3. Right now the ball is just staying up in the air, but finally Yokes is able to clear it over to the side, but sadly no teammate is there to pass it to. Instinct tries to come flying in to disrupt that pattern. Gill does the exact same thing. Star goes for the shot and the goal, but Danger is there.
That was almost very dangerous. If they hadn't been there, Boise State might be down another one. But with these last final 5 seconds here, it's looking like they're not going to be able to get 1 goal, let alone the 2 that they would need to tie this up.
Yeah, and so that will be the end of game 2 in this best-of-5 matchup. So Colorado trying to close that gap so ever so slightly, but now heading into game 3 in this best-of-5, Boise State's looking to close it out, have a clean 3-0 sweep like they did up against Nebraska Lincoln. Can they do it? We'll have to wait and see. What are you hoping to see in this final game 3? Just a 10-second goal right off the bat?
I definitely want Boise State to win, so I definitely want them to continue getting the aggressive goals, but I will say that Colorado has massively improved from the first one to the second one. They've done much, much better, and Boise State might be in some danger if they continue to do that. This is a little bit more stressful than we were expecting it to be with that first map.
Yeah, so we are getting ready to jump into the game 3, possibly the match point of this best-of-5. Have to wait and see how Colorado might react to it. Maybe even a possible roster change-up, which I highly doubt, but it could just freshen things up and give them a second chance at winning against Boise, because it seems that Boise State knocked off all the rust immediately after not playing in this league since 2017, because this Rocket League team's still going.
Then they're doing a fantastic job. This is the strong showing that was exactly what we were looking for, and we're looking for Boise State to continue doing it. We want them to score a goal within the first minute of playing, and then we want them to continue to score follow-up goals within 10 seconds after that.
Yeah, and Colorado still definitely has a chance to at least have a tied game, head us into overtime, and possibly even take it if they're able to score that goal. But with how aggressive Boise is, they have to have an answer for it. And without being able to see who's demoing who, but we have been hearing it, I would assume Boise State's doing most of the demos with how aggressive and the boost advantage that they've had. So as we jump into it, about 5 seconds in, not much has happened, but it seems Boise State had won the 50-50, seeing as they're practically inside of Colorado's goal already.
And that was a little bit scary for the side of Colorado, but exactly what Boise State is looking to do as things head over into the orange side of the court. Very, very briefly here as we go over, Gil's going to look to save that goal, try to see if we can pass it over onto the blue side of things to get some of what Boise State wants to do done.
Yeah, already having a huge boost advantage. Star not having any at all, so Yokes is going to have to be there with the clear from that shot and goal by instinct, but Flower going for one of his own. Sadly, his teammate will be ended up having to clear it because the ball was simply too high. Danger trying to clear it, but Yokes is there once again to deny that push, giving his teammates time to get back to the goal on time, and Flower clearing it from down under. Gil's trying to stop that momentum, but seems Colorado's going to get as aggressive as they can and try to score the first goal this time around. Great shot and goal will end up going too high. Bounce off a play of himself, but Flower is there with the deny.
That was several saves right there. Colorado's in a very uncomfortable spot as Boise State sets up to pass things around, leaving nobody to rotate back, however, as they all just kind of make a mad dash as the ball goes careening onto the orange side of the field. Gil's going to try and get things back over onto the blue side. The ball's going to get taken, however, but things ultimately do go Gil's way. Yokes is now trying to defend their own side.
Yeah, Flower did end up getting demoed, but Boise State could not capitalize on it in time. No one was there with a very good setup. Sadly, Instinct could not get there in time. Yokes again on that zero boost, costing his team so much aggression that they could be capitalizing on, but Boise State making sure that they never leave the blue side of the court, as Gil has a fairly open goal until Yokes comes out of nowhere from behind the ball and clears it up into the air. Instinct winning that air battle, but Star is there with the deny on the ground.
And with almost 2 minutes past here as we're going around and nobody scored a goal, there have been several scary things as that demo's going to come out and things are still in the orange side of the court, which is not what Boise State is looking for as they go ahead and try to make that shot on goal. It's turned away and there's just kind of this pass back and forth in the middle here as either team looks for a weakness in the other side's defenses.
Yeah, this is an issue we saw with Boise State going up against Nebraska Lincoln, is you just have to find the one opening against these teams to get that one goal just to win the game at this point. And with 2:20 remaining on the board and not a single goal has been scored, yet shot after shot coming out from both teams, honestly, he has been nonetheless. They haven't tried, but the defense from these teams has been phenomenal. Gil tried to go up to deny Flower a block, but was unable to catch up. Star goes for another aggressive play, but is cleared by Danger very quickly into Flower. So the shot and goal actually almost happened, but thankfully Instinct was there with the deny.
Boise State hopefully able to turn this around. They are unable to, as Boise State is going to go ahead and get scored on there. And the first goal goes over to Colorado, which is not what we were looking for, but was ultimately a very nicely shot goal.
Yeah, he was stuck inside the goal, couldn't turn around in time. So Colorado getting the first goal of the game is not what you want to see as a Boise State fan, but they got a minute 30 to make it up. So we know that they can do it, especially with how aggressive Boise State players are in Rocket League, making sure to keep it on the blue side the best they can. Instinct having to play a little bit of goalie, and the demo coming out for Yokes onto Gill, buying them just that much more time, trying to get rid of any boost meter they might have had, set it back to 33, and another demo coming out here. You can tell Colorado wants this.
And Boise State also wants it as we head on over to the blue side of the court, attempting to get a goal here. There are defenders, so we will have to try to pull something tricky or make some passes, and it looks like Boise State is setting up to do the pass game and see if we can score a goal here, find a weakness in Colorado and capitalize on it.
Yeah, but with the ball returning to the Boise State side, Danger trying to maintain control of it right over Flowers' head, no less. Will be able to try to keep the ball in their control. Ball heading back over to Flower, who is now on the goalie. Went for the shot, but just too far over to the left on top of the goalie presence. So now Instinct's trying to recenter, but no teammate is there in time. Danger did simply not have the boost to make that shot. But the goal is wide open unless Yokes can deny it. Gill went for it, but was denied by Star.
They spent just a little bit too long setting up the goal, and so people were able to get there. And then people are able to get here to defend Boise State's side of the goal too, which is very, very good, but much more stressful than we were looking for here as things continue to remain on the orange side of the court. Colorado trying to pass around, look for the weakness in Boise State's defenses here, and that demo will certainly help.
Yeah, well, now we're at 0 seconds, so if the ball touches the ground, Colorado will win one and bring us to a game 4. So now Boise State losing one. That was a very close. Colorado just scoring the one goal, and then it was simply just a draw from there on. So Colorado will take game 4. So we're heading over to... Or no, that was game 3, sorry. So now we're heading into a game 4. Boise State still at that match point, can still win this out, but Colorado seeming they might want to come with a back sweep here. So what are you hoping to see from either side to either stop this or go through with the clean sweep?
Colorado gets better every time they play, so Boise State really needs to try to end this quickly because Colorado definitely has the potential for the reverse sweep here, which is not what Boise State fans are looking for.
Yeah, already the ball is on Boise's side, so that's not looking good for them, especially when the ball control is in Colorado's favor, but finally it will be cleared over to the Colorado side. So now Boise State gets the shot on goal within the first 32 seconds, so at least that sets them up for success.
And this is the Boise State team we know and love. This is the Boise State team that will hopefully be able to pull this out as things go right on back over to the blue side of the court. Boise State has lost a map and has decided they want no more of that, playing much more aggressively and precisely than they did before, even as things head over onto the orange side of things.
Yeah, they definitely are looking like they want to have a very dominating 4th game to make sure that no one ever wins. There's such a close goal. Will finally be knocked in by Instinct. Yokes having a very great defense, stopping the ball on its tracks, but that no one else was able to deny Instinct in time, and so that goal will be going in. Instinct with his 2nd goal, but with a ton of help from his team.
Boise State is moving in as a unit. They're getting things done together. Hopefully we can defend the point together. That was very stressful. Unable to block the 2nd one there, and we're set back into a 50-50.
Yeah, the consistent pressure from Boise State is definitely taking its toll on the side of Colorado, with getting 3 goals in the past not even minute. So as we're now passing the 3:30 mark, Colorado's going to answer that aggression with a goal of their own coming out from Star.
Which is not what we were looking for, but Boise State still has a relatively comfortable lead, especially with the amount of aggression that they've been having so far. That's not to say Colorado can't turn it around, especially as things head on over to the orange side of the court, but now both teams are kind of passing it back and forth, seeing who can get it closer to each other's goal, and right now it's Boise State that's looking a little bit stressful as they're passed around.
Yeah, I believe that was also the first demo coming out here for the side. I believe that was even Colorado getting the first demo. So now, oh yeah, consistently just stagnating the ball right in front of Boise's goal. They're doing their best to defend. All three players are there. So it seems the ball will finally just get cleared, giving Boise State a little bit of breathing room to get that boost.
There were several stressful shots made onto the goal, especially that one there. That almost went in, just a touch more precise. And Colorado's really trying. I would appreciate it if Boise State took possession of the ball and got this away from our goal here.
Yeah, they definitely need that breathing room right now with the consistent shots coming out from Colorado, just barely hitting those goal posts and not going in as they'd prefer. So Instinct once again trying to deny those shots. Danger trying to clear the ball over to their side, actually with a very nice shot on goal, but Star is there with the deny. So now Boise State has a bit more free roam of the map, gets more boost as the side of Colorado is running out of it.
Things go over to the blue side of the court. Colorado unable to keep up with them for now, and Boise State's going to go ahead and get another goal, which is exactly what we were looking for after about 30 seconds of things running around Boise State's goal. Boise State finally managed to score for themselves.
Yeah, they did it perfectly as well, right as we hit the perfect 2-minute 0-0. So it was just picture perfect moment of perfect 3 minutes have passed. All right, let's get another goal, can secure our 3-goal lead right now. So the ball is cleared over to the Boise State side. You know Colorado wants to get another goal in here, but it seems Boise State just wants to end their suffering now. Oh, they won one game, no more is allowed. That's a great shot on goal, but sadly Star had the boost advantage and caught up to him in time.
Very clean shot, almost made it from halfway across the field here. Things are still firmly in the blue as Boise State is attempting to take shot after shot with just a little bit more precision. Boise State could have had a couple of extra goals here as things go back over into the orange side of things, and Boise State is now defending their own goal.
Yeah, they missed that shot bouncing right off the goal post, and then Colorado tried to answer, bouncing it off the left goal post of Boise's goal. It's just constant back and forth as more demos are coming out here that we sadly cannot track. So, it will just be Boise State getting on the aggression as we know and love them for, trying to get more shots on goal, but it will be cleared by Star and make sure to be defended by Gill.
Things are going back and forth, staying in the orange side of the court. Boise State is looking to try to disorient Colorado and hopefully score here as they are turned away yet again from another goal here, and Colorado is just not having any of it as they send things over to the blue side of the court.
Yeah, there's only 25 seconds remaining on the timer, so Colorado's going to have to start making a lot of things happen if they want to maintain their presence against Boise State in this best of 5. But finally, Colorado's able to score the one goal to minimize the lead of Boise State. So now it is 2-4 with 14 seconds on the board. They have to win all of these 50-50s and then score the goals. It seems they won't be able to do so, as Boise State looks like they will win the 50-50, even get the goal with 4 seconds remaining.
And, you know, if it was difficult before, it's next to impossible now as we sit here with 2-5 to the advantage of the Broncos.
Yeah, with seconds coming down, just need to get the ball to the ground. Colorado doesn't want that to happen, but no member is there. So Boise State will come away victorious from the first CRL since 2017. A very good first showing against Nebraska Lincoln and Colorado.
Boise State did an amazing job, but I do have to say Colorado made me uncomfortable there. They were able to take a map off of Boise State, and for about 30 seconds, the ball was being passed back and forth in front of the Boise State goal, and in those 30 seconds, there were about 7 shots that were just a hair off scoring, and that was definitely... It was a good game to watch.
Yeah, so out of these 2 best of 5s, I have to ask, what's your go-to player of the game here?
I want to say Danger, partially because of the puns, but if I had to nominate somebody not on the side of Boise State, I would say Flower, just because they were the one of the most reliable defenders for the teams.
Yeah, they were playing goalie better than most that we have seen, and on the side of Boise State, I would definitely have to give it to Instinct with how consistent he was getting the shots on goal and making them, as well having the most goals on the side of Boise State. So good on them, but it will actually still go over to Instinct, who will will be our ICCU Player of the Game, which is brought to us by the Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Instinct is your Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game. And as we prepare to close out this match, any big takeaways, D'Angelo?
Instinct was always there for the pass when somebody set up the goal, and that is exactly what you need, because most of the Boise State goals were a passing effort, and there were several goals here made, so Instinct is a great player of the game.
Yeah, so we will go ahead and leave you with the top 5 plays of the night, which are brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 sign-on bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. And from all of us here at Boise State Esports, thank you so much for joining us, and have a good night. Trying to keep the aggression up with the help of Chan and Niagara, but now they're going to have to go full defense as Instinct clears the ball.
Things are back over onto the orange side. Things are looking less stressful for Boise State, but we still need to get at least one goal to feel even remotely comfortable in this matchup right now, and they're right, ask and you shall receive there, the opposite of the catch.
Deny it as the ball was just barely too high above Gill. So now Aggro once again trying to clear the ball over. The 50-50 does go in the favor of Nebraska Lincoln, but Danger is there ready and waiting. Tries to go for the shot onto the goal, setting up for his teammate. Gill is there. And that's the pass play you want to see.
And that's what Boise State is. And Boise State is going to take things over right into the blue side of the court, look for another goal, but 2 of the 3 members are in the goal right now, so it's unlikely that they will be able to get that as Boise State is turned away, trying to do some tricky passing stuff, create mistakes on the side of Colorado to get that next goal, and now Boise State is looking for the reverse sweep here, which is not what Boise State fans are looking for.
Yeah, and already the ball is on Boise's side, so that's not looking good for them, especially when the ball control is in Colorado's favor, but finally it will be cleared over to the Colorado side. So now Boise State gets the shot on goal within the first to their side, actually with a very nice shot on goal, but Star is there with the deny. So now Boise State has a bit more free roam of the map, gets more boost as the side of Colorado is running out of it.
Things go over the blue side of the court. Colorado unable to keep up with them for now, and Boise State's going to go ahead and get another goal, which is